So guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about the class I just did for those who couldn't be there, is the concept of the maker movement. These days in society, there's a new movement of the concept that you can basically DIY and make things yourself, and you can build anything and do it. And so it's a really big prevalent movement that's come up over about the past 10 years in society of people getting together and getting around the idea that, you know what, we don't just need to buy stuff to make stuff happen. We can actually go out, get parts, do it ourselves, and there's a lot of synergy found in doing it ourselves in teamwork by building something and saying, you know what, I did that. And one of the things that have really come out of the DIY movement is the concept of 3D printing. It's a really cool thing. I've been playing with 3D printing for about a year now, have a 3D printer at home, and it allows you to basically print, like a computer printer, things out of plastic. So I have some really neat little things here, like this is an example. It's a little controller that I built and printed with 3 video game arcade buttons, and it's printed in just a little box that I custom made. And what this printer, what this little box does is it lets me control a ProPresenter. So I can do next slide, back, forward slide, and then a clear button. So the really cool thing about 3D printing is you can build and make anything. I had in my class, which I've already given out, a couple of GoPro mounts. You don't really even need to be a designer or an engineer to get into 3D printing these days. You can go online to websites like Thingiverse, and you can actually download 3D models of different things and just print it. On the little more custom side, there's some different things like we've printed. Like this is the cursive text of the unique logo for Salt. We actually took this out of Cinema 4D, and then we actually printed it out onto a piece of plastic, which was really cool. I printed some fun little shapes here on a 3D printer that are just polygon little things, just playing with different shapes and textures and what it looks like to print things. So 3D printing is really becoming a lot more accessible. Printers are getting a lot cheaper. You can buy printers for as low as even $100. There's some people starting. You can buy really solid printers called the PrinterBot for about $350 to get into 3D printing. And you don't even, like I said, need to know how to design and get these parts. The website Thingiverse lets you download 3D printable objects, things like GoPro mounts, microphone stands, clips, cases, boxes, all kinds of different little things that you can print. And it's a really neat thing. It's really expanding. It has a lot of applications I see in the church of being able to make our own parts, make things, replace things, fix things. Like I said, the mic stand, I had a couple clips. If a mic part breaks, rather than going on and buy, you can actually download pre-made models of microphone clips to replace your parts on your mic stands, and it ends up only costing about 25 cents worth of plastic to actually make it. So it's a really cool movement, and it's really just evolving every day at light speed into new things and different things. You can now print with some printers in materials like woods, metals, conductive electricity, plastics. You can print in glow-in-the-dark, neon colors, all kinds of different things. So it's just changing every single day and evolving at a rapid pace. And it's really something to check out. You can learn a lot about 3D printing on a website called 3dprint.com. It has tons of details, information, news about the entire 3D printing community. The other website I mentioned is Thingiverse, where you can go and find some really detailed information about people who share models that they've already made, like some of those things I was talking about, like a GoPro mount. If someone who's already made it, they can actually share it freely and you can download it. So I'd go check out those resources to learn a little bit more about 3D printing. Thanks.